Hi everybody, today I will show you this versus this. Hi everybody, my name is Tom Solid, I'm the founder of the Paperless movement. And if you're one of my community, I welcome you back. If you're not, you're welcome to join. Today I will talk about paper versus digital, in this case iPad Pro or iPad in general. First of all, what do you think I like more? Writing on paper or writing on a tablet? I'm the founder of the Paperless movement. Obviously I like to write on a tablet, but it doesn't mean I never liked to write on paper. Of course I was writing on paper too. I was studying and I have a lot of meetings now, so I was doing my notes and my scripts and everything on paper. Simple reason for that was that the technology was just not ready for me, that it feels natural enough to write on a tablet. If you follow me, you also know I don't like writing directly on a tablet. I hated to write on glass, so therefore I got a paper-like screen protector. I showed you in other videos as already. So I get more of a paper-like feeling, the resistance in a fluent and direct way to write on a tablet. These are the reasons why I finally switched over to technology to write down my notes. Why am I writing? I mean, you could say, Tom, you could have used a laptop instead and write down. Yes, I could have. And I actually very fast writing on the keyboards. I was trained in this, so that would have been an opinion. But if you read my ebook, you see in there that handwriting actually makes something with your brain compared to typing. That's also the reason why I'm using templates, where I have a specific space on the corner with a sketch, where I can just scribble down a little sketch. So as soon as I go back to this note and I see the sketch I made there, maybe just a smiley or something, I will know everything that is written down in this note. So that is what your brain does. It reminds pictures. And that's why it's so important to write down your notes by hand. If you go through the internet, I know many students especially, there are channels showing how to take notes on paper or digital, it doesn't matter. But they show a really awesome way how to take notes and you really need to check them out. I can't show you how to make these neat notes and so on, because it's an art, it's crafting notes, and they really take their time to write each headline and so on. To be honest, in my business I don't have time to write in this nice way. I'm sitting in a meeting, I get input, I have to write it down, I have to remember it until next day, next week. I have to find my notes, I have to find the information, so I need something else. And this is now the key point I'm telling you now. Okay, so we are here now in Note Shelf 2. If you're completely new to note-taking, paperless note-taking, no worries. If you go to paperlessmovement.com, there's a comparison table where you can check out all these note-taking apps and set them side by side with all the features, and you will find the note-taking app that is best for you. In my case, it is Note Shelf 2, and this is why I'm showing you the technique how I take notes in this note-taking app, okay? And what I'm doing is I have a daily work journal. So everything that happens on each day at work, I'm writing down and I need to find it. So if you're interested in this journal especially, no worries, I will put all the infos in the description. And only if you watch this video, you will know this discount code. So just use the discount code below. You will get a 50% discount for this digital journal. So we're here on the yearly overview. And let's say we sitting at work on January the 17th. All I have to do is just tap on 17 and it will jump to the day to the 17th of January in 2019. And I have an overview now the way I'm taking notes. So daily notes, you can see I'm just able to write down some notes. Okay, so I build up this template that you can either keep writing or you writing like this, because I usually use my iPad in a landscape mode to write down, because the covers built like this, that you can have it in this angle, and I just prefer using the iPad like this. So this allows me to just write down in columns, so I don't have a much of a movement going on from left to the right. So that's the reason for that. Okay, so we wrote down some notes here, and then we see on the left side days, and we see month. So we can just easily jump around the days. So now we are January the 13th, or we jump to January the 19th, and so on. So that's how easy it is to switch to the days. So let's say you had a meeting on January the 8th, and there you wrote down, have to do this. And you were on January the 4th, or let's jump to September the 14th. And then you write down test, and let's go to 6 and 13 and write down test, and let's go to 6 test, and so on, and let's go to November the 12th test. So did you follow where, on which days I actually wrote down the word test? And now that's the point. That's what I want to point out here actually. Just imagine using a paper notebook, and we have 365 pages for each day of the year. So it is such a book. And we were just randomly writing down test. How do you find where you have written down the word test? Or to put it in context, just imagine that you wrote down a lot of text, but it is about a certain topic, and you want to search for this topic. You will have Post-its or whatever to stick in out to find these stuff in paper. In a note-taking app, in 2018, all the major note-taking apps like Notability, GoodNotes, NoteShelf 2, Notes Plus, and so on, they all offer search function. So what I wrote down there actually was recognized by the app. So what I can do now, I just tap on the right top corner, and here I have a list of all my pages. So you see this digital journal actually has nearly 500 pages. Okay, so all I have to do now is just go to search text, tap here, and write down test. Done. So if you're testing this now, no worries, it might take a second until it finds it. Obviously there are loads of pages it has to search through, and it is indexing. However, as soon as it indexed all the words in there, it will go lightning fast. So it will only just do it once, take this time to index the stuff, but then it's working all the time. And now you can see all the pages I wrote down the word test. And even better, if I tap on this page, it will jump to this page, and it also will highlight the word test inside my page here. And now imagine that you have a wall of text here, and it will find actually the word you're looking for, or even the context. And what you can do this way, you can write down codes. For example, I could just write down 1, 3, 4, 5, and so on, and go to another and say 1, 3, 4, 5, and then we just go here and go for search and put in 1, 3, 4, 5, and it will take a while, a second again, and there you go. You get the 2 pages with the 1, 3, 4, 5. So you can write down codes, so you can build up a context library, for example, to write this down. How can you do this here? No, you can't do it. And this, in my opinion, is the biggest advantage. You will have a digital journal where you write down every day all the stuff you need, and you will find everything you need on a fingertip. Somebody asks you about a certain topic, like what about the 0345, and you just put in 0345 and you will get all the seconds when you wrote down the stuff. I can't point out this enough, that this is for me the most important thing. NoteShelf 2, they also offer for free a digital journal in there, but all you can do there is just jump around on the pages from the days. So there's only days. Here we are on April 9th. What we can do now, you see here on the bottom, we have year, month and week. And what we can do now, we can just click on week, W for week, and it will jump into the weekly view where we have April the 9th, Tuesday actually. And then we actually have the times here on the side. We also see on the bottom left the calendar week, so it's the calendar week 15. And then here on the left side we see all the days highlighted that are included in the calendar week 15. So that's all the information we have about this. And here on the right side we can actually do a note for this week. So maybe every Sunday or every Friday you want to write down how this week was, then you can write this down, or during the week you make some keynotes and it will be saved here. And that's how I work with this. Then also we can just jump to the monthly view, and now you can write down 3, 4, 5 for example, or whatever you want to write down for the certain days. Then you can also highlight this. And what you also can do, only with my digital journal actually, I have a button here on the bottom left. Just press the white button here on the top bottom left and the Safari browser will open, and it will lead you to my website where I'm providing some icons. So I will extend the list of these icons obviously, but for now just you can just hold, drag and drop it over here. And now we have this icon in here, and then we say, okay, it's the Paperless Movement meeting day here on the 10th of April. So I'm just making up this date, but you can imagine what you can do this way. So you can put in badges like this and clip arts and so on. You can also, and that's another point, you can put in pictures. Why do you need this? I tell you where I need it. I'm on a conference and I'm watching and I'm listening to somebody who is on stage and they're really throwing value bombs at you, and I have to write this down and keep it in my mind. And all of them always say, no worries, you don't have to write something down, or you will get the printout afterwards, or you get the PDF afterwards, or whatever of this presentation. But I'm seeing a picture of this presentation right now. I have something in my mind I have to write down now. So what I do, I take my iPad, make a picture, and it is in here. So let's just show you an example. Open the photo app and then just drag in something like this, and the guy who is presenting, in this case it's myself, and there we go, we have the little Tom Solid here. And then I can just start taking notes about this guy. Okay, and this is, in my opinion, how you take proper notes. You're seeing something, you're writing down exactly, and you will find what you have written down. And you won't lose it. It is synced to the cloud, so it is also saved, because you can lose this thing. You can also lose this thing. But I have everything in the cloud. And with Noteshare 2, I have it synced to Evernote. So it is available on all of my devices. And Evernote also allows you to search handwriting, and there it is easy to find anything I need. And with the Evernote Chrome extension on the desktop, what actually happens when you write down something in the Google search bar, it will also show you all your notes related to the search function. And this is just the way of integration. Now, projects. I have a lot of projects over the year going on, and most digital journals don't offer me a section where I can just write down or keep track of these projects. So this is also included in this digital journal here. If you go to the bottom left, you see the little icon there with the star. Just tap on this and you will jump to the project section, and in here you can write down a test project, let's say this again. And what you should do then is just select it and copy it, and then press on this A, and it will jump to the A project. And in here I just paste my title again, so it looks exactly the same. So what we have here again, it is completely clean, so you can set it up as you like, because every project looks different. So I tried to leave it as simple as possible, so I can build up my project the way I want. And then I can just start writing down the description and whatever I want, and then I just press the plus button and say new page and change the template of this page. And here I also offering templates. So with this digital journal I also give you at the moment 7 templates. There will be more over the year, and obviously you know when you buy my stuff that you get lifetime updates. So there will be added more icons and more templates over the time. So in this case I added a corner template, and this is now just after the first front page of my project. So this means if I go back here on the top is now the project sign, go back to my project section, and each time I go here I just have to swipe over and I will have all the pages related to my project as well. So this way everything is staying together, and so I can keep track of my project over the year. Let's go back to yearly overview, and you have seen maybe already there's milestones, and what I personally do, I'm writing down the milestones I want to achieve each year. So let's say I'm writing down tests and so on, and you have a little section here where you can write this down, but here on the bottom right you have a milestone details. If you press here you will have the option to write down the milestones for 2019. And tick them off. But you also have a section for highlights, and then you can write down the highlights you know popped up over the year you didn't expect and so on. That's something I write in there. Okay, so that's about it about the journal, but I hope you get the idea why I'm actually using such a thing, and that's the way I'm taking notes every single day. And that's the way how I find information fast. And I know, I have nothing against people who take notes on papers. And something that I really miss having an iPad is this in-your-face information. Okay, something like writing down and then leaving it on your desk, and then you see it a whole day that you have to finish these points and so on. That's something that is missing, and I would like, in the future maybe we will have a simple screen, and that's actually something missing. So I try to build everything up in a way that the first thing I see when I unlock my iPad is this information I need to. And you can use widgets for this, you can use Siri. There are so many ways. I can show you another video, so stay tuned about this. All I wanted to show you today is the differences for me between using paper and using an iPad Pro for note-taking and an Apple Pencil. And if you like the video, just give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. We are the Paperless Movement. We are an awesome group on Facebook. Believe me if I say the people in there are awesome. It's such a great community. You ask a question, you will get an answer. So if you're not in there, just hop over, check it out. And if you have any further questions, put it in the comments below. Ask me. You will get an answer actually. And stay tuned. I see you next time.